Good morning and welcome to the show. My name is Koi. Now, let me start by saying that I'm super excited about the shows that we have lined up for you this week because not only do we speak to a number of upcoming artists, but we also get a chance to have a one on one chat with an award winning gospel music producer. Now, according to Wikipedia, early Kenyan hip hop imitated the styles of the United States, whereby artists imitated the dressing style of American rappers and rapped mainly in English as well. Now, according to the documentary Hip Hop Colony, the beginnings of Kenyan hip hop were like a new breed of colonialism, transplanting the original styles from the westernized world to Africa. But unlike colonialism, Kenya has embraced hip hop and made it their own. Now, since its explosion in the mid 90s, Kenyan hip hop is now generally written and performed not only in English but also in Swahili and in Sheng, or a slang combination of the two. Now, one of the artists who has his own style and is gradually making a name for himself is Noah Odongo, whose stage name may be more familiar to you. Now, if you don't know him by his real names, then stay tuned because you may have heard of him by his stage name, and it won't surprise me because this young man has talent. Let's meet him on Mid Morning Lifestyle next.
How are you doing? I'm good. Good. Just hold on 1 second. What's up? My name's G.B.O. Alright, bye. So as I said before, my name's G.B.O, which stands for Golden Boy Odongo. And the name actually came from my uncle because I'm the only boy and the youngest boy out of, I've got 6 sisters. And I'm an artist. I work in my own songs. I write my own songs. I work with a couple of producers, and I happen to also produce my own stuff as well. It's G.B.O. So coming from a traditional family, my parents always believed that education is the best way to go, and I don't blame them. So I'm pretty good at maths and physics, so engineering was something that was an option, and I decided to take it as a backup and at the same time pursue my career in music.
The same like Flavor Flav's chain, but all these excuses been brewing because the formula they using abuses consumers losing the music and not choosing to choose it till I let loose with my new shit. You can continue your nuisance like I'm out the woodwork just to pick at you like a toothpick.
At first they didn't understand, and to be honest, I was quite secretive about the whole doing music and engineering parallel, so they didn't really know where it was coming from. After a while of explaining to them and showing them what I do and showing them that I'm passionate and I work hard in this music, on my music, then they were able to kind of understand and give me the space that I needed to try it out for the year and see where it goes.
They wanna hold me down, but I ain't going down. I'm a stand my ground.
Without a doubt, engineering exams, because I mean you take months to prepare for an exam or for your group of exams. It's not something that just comes like that. You have to be able to tackle any sort of variable question that's going to come about. Whereas the song, you're more in control and things can come to you just at a spur of a moment. It can take, up to half an hour to make a song, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter, but everything is in your control. Most people don't know that the Missy Superfly album, that was the first hip-hop album that I ever listened to back to front, and it was because of her animated style. Back in the day, I think about 7. I wasn't really into lyrics. It was more about everything about the song. So how she was animated got me, and she was one of my favorite rappers, her and Busta Rhymes in the early years. And actually, they're very different because Busta Rhymes raps fast and Missy slow. But it's just rap is rhythm and poetry, so it's about you as the rapper being able to find a way to fit within the beat, whether it's fast or slow. And doesn't mean because you rap fast, you're better than someone that's rapping slower. It just means that that's your style, and I've been fortunate enough to kind of being able to do both.
I ain't going down. I'ma stand my ground, and she'll never drown. There ain't an obstacle that will ever make me fall. Break my vocal cords, screaming out death to all. It's hard to imagine the unimaginable thought of a never was. Feeling like I has been, exhausted to the point of collapsing. This how it has been.
So yeah, putting together an album, it takes a lot of work, and most of how I start the process is just to record kind of just random songs from beats I like, or try and produce something. And then once you're a few songs in, I think you're able to determine the direction of the album. I like to have themes to everything that I'm doing. So after a while, once you get the direction of the album, you're able to make songs that go with that mood, and go with everything that you're doing. And after the recording process is done, then you start going into the mixing process. So come in and I'll show you where I do most of my recording.
They wanna hold me down, but I ain't going down. I'ma stand my ground, and she'll never drown. There ain't an obstacle that will ever make me fall. Break my vocal cords, screaming out death to all.
G.B.O is one of the most naturally talented people I know.
Dedication and hard work. 2 words that strongly describe this man.
G.B.O is...
Miyagi was started with myself, my producer, a couple of other producers, and some friends in school. And it's not just about the studio. Miyagi is everything that we do outside of this. We want to get into managing artists, and we're just getting into a little bit of merchandising at the moment. And we're just building a brand, basically.
Let's do the rip the game apart without hesitation. Eat a hater's heart and cause exasperation.
Yeah, I've performed lots of times live. I've performed here, in London. I think I've done about 5 or 6 shows over there. And then I came back here, and I've just been trying to get back into the market here.
They wanna hold me down, but I ain't going down. I'ma stand my ground, and she'll never drown. There ain't an obstacle that will ever make me fall. Bring my vocal cords, screaming out death to all. They wanna hold me down.
You know, I think there's a stereotype that's attached to rap in terms of that it's gangster rap, and I think that stereotype exists because of the people that aren't fans or don't really understand it, or the slightly older generation that attach this gangster label to rap. But if you listen to rap from back in the day to now, there have been so many different types of rappers. Conscious rappers like Talib Kweli, Mos Def, and then you have rappers who go make love rap songs like LL Cool J, and you have backpack rappers, the Kanyes, and those type of people. And although, yes, there is gangster rap does exist, I don't feel like that's all rap is, and if you're a fan, then you'd know that there's so much more out there. So, I mean, I don't do gangster rap, or, I listen to it, and it's something that I appreciate. If a song is good, a song is good. But, yeah, I think the label is unfairly placed by people who don't really understand the culture. And I'm here every week. We have studio sessions. Me and my producer run the studio, and he's here every day. At the moment, I'm working on mixing my album, so I am actually mixing at home. I have some equipment at home that I'm able to do that on. But he's here every day doing studio sessions with lots of other people. So welcome to Miyagi Studios. So yeah, I played the drums for about 6 years. and I just stopped because of uni, and now I'm back at it. And then in England, I took some piano lessons. About myself, I mean, I see myself as a pretty regular person, and I just try and make music that people can relate to. Well, I don't really try and do that. I just make music that I'm going through, and I hope people will be able to relate to that. I'd like to motivate people to do things, and for people to be able to look at me and try and live their dream as well. Music for me, it can change my mood, and it can, if I'm feeling down, it's something I can always turn to, and I feel like I can express myself through it in ways that I can while talking. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily shy, but I feel like I don't really want to talk about my feelings all the time to everybody. So at least when I can do it in my music, it's something that I can put there and then people can listen to, and it's a way for me to get things out. So music is my friend. I don't
In
know.
the kitchen, it's me back life that I'm living. Won't feel my life is a prison when I'm making a killing.
I have to go with MC Lyte. I rock the party that rocks the body. So yeah.
Rock the party that rocks the body. I rock the party that rocks the body. You rock the party that rocks the body.
The Brat, definitely.
Beat it hit the scene since the gangster lean. I'm all ears. So what you got to say? I hope you're bubbling it, baby. Now bubbling in my way.
Missy, all day, every day. I feel like Drake is on fire right now, but Lil Wayne has an incredible body of work in his past. But for right now, I'll go with Drake. What he's doing is above and beyond what Wayne is doing right now, in my opinion.
But I guess things change.
Kanye West, just because right now I feel like Kanye's creating a movement with the whole good music thing, and he does things that are outside the box, from the 808 and Heartbreaks. So I'll go with Kanye, but the Game's album was crazy. But yeah, Kanye.
Was monstrous of them all, and
Right, so shooting the videos, I normally come up with some sort of concept or a loose plan or storyline, and then I sit down with my producer who he shoots videos. Once we come up with a storyline, then it's pretty easy. Then I do all the editing myself.
when I'm stacking ammo, one tracks you asleep in the bread I'll loaf in.
I have to be honest, I've never heard any of my songs play on the radio, but people call me and the DJs play and tweet it, just because I haven't had a radio in my car for a little bit of time.
Even if Halle Berry popped her cherry out at a monster's ball, most monstrous of them all. And
On SoundCloud, if you go soundcloud.com /Golden Boy Odongo, you'll get that. youtube.com /goldenboyodongo, or there's my fan page and Twitter page, which are all / or at Golden Boy Odongo.
I'm living in the memory of love, and this love I'm never giving up, 'cause I'm living in the memory of love.
Right now I'm just finishing off my album. It's in the mixing stages, I think, and I've got about maybe 4 more songs to finish up, 5 more songs to do, and that should be out pretty soon, first week May. I'm hoping. It's called Where I Am Now, and it's just about me coming back and being here, and my thought process through the whole transition of engineering and music.
I'm not paid for it, I meant the opposite. When you left, I really couldn't stomach it, but I miss you on behalf of all your kids. You showed
My music is just inspired by my life and everything I go through and have been through, things I want to achieve, things my friends are going through, my family, and sometimes I don't necessarily rap about an actual scenario, but sometimes I may just take the emotion of something that I'm going through and then turn that into a whole song. Relationships, anything really. So it's quite broad.
Than this rap that I live in the memory of love. And this love, I'm never giving up.
With writer's block, I find it's best to then just change to something completely different so I may just go to a completely different song or try and create something that's just outside of my comfort zone. And even if it doesn't sound good, it always helps me to move on and to move past the writer's block, and then I go back to what I was stuck on. Or if that doesn't work out, then I do like I run or do some sit-ups or something.
You sheltered us from all the politics, but now I'm gonna take care of us and you can count on it. I was too young to really understand the cause, and even younger to be told, no, it's not your fault. I always thought it's cause I made you slip and crack your jaw, that made you walk out my life through those pearly doors. So I live.
Humor is really important to me. I like a girl that's funny and that can laugh about anything, because I like to have fun and I do lots of like stupid, silly things. So a girl that can appreciate that and have fun at the same time is amazing. And then also a girl who's smart, independent-minded, and is able to has a good head on their shoulders and has something going for them in terms of the future. In terms of looks, I don't really discriminate, so whatever goes. I would say just be the best advice I've gotten hasn't directly been from someone. It's just been from watching other artists and listening to what they say. International artists like Eminem, which is just be you and be the person that you are, and don't try and fabricate or create this falseness about yourself, because when you're yourself, you can always have something to talk about. I mean, unless you do nothing all day, every day, you'll always be able to come up with new content, and it'll be original because there's only one you. So
I'm not like other men, I can let my ego go, only if you need it though. Girl, I think I'm in love.
Locally, I'd have to say Southie Soul and Just the Band. I really like what they're doing at the moment and in the past. So I'd really love to be able to work with them and do something with them. Internationally, my idols are Dr. Dre and Eminem. So if there's any small chance that I could ever do anything with them, then I'll definitely fight to take that chance, and I would love to be able to just sit in a studio session with either of those two. Yeah, there are a few local musicians that inspire me, but the one person that I've always looked at, and it's a shame that he's gone, has been Issa. All the stuff that he's ever done, all the stuff that he did, even though it was not a lot, really hit home with me, and he was able to impact my life in a big way. So I've always looked to him, and then that's been able to inspire me to do what I do now.
Girl, I think I'm in love. Girl, I think I'm in love.
South Africa and Nigeria, I feel are ahead because, first of all, if you just look at their population in terms of Kenya, they're much larger. They have a much larger population, and then I feel like they've been doing it for longer on a larger scale. I mean, Nigeria have been making movies. Nollywood has existed for I don't know how long, but I just feel like they've just always looked at it as a bigger picture thing, and I think Kenya is starting to do that now. I also feel, I'm not sure, but I feel like maybe the government supports them much more, supports the entertainment industry much more, and gives them a bigger push internationally or continentally.
Push the pillows off the bed, size king. Undress you and put on the white ring. This is love making, not a one night fling.
The human voice has long been used to generate percussion effects in many cultures. In contemporary pop music, the relatively young vocal art form of beatboxing is an element of the hip-hop culture. Now, using the mouth, the lips, the tongue, and the voice to generate sounds that one might never expect to come from the human body is a specialty of the artists known as beatboxers. Now, in the second feature, we meet a young man who is skilled in this art.
The sound of a trumpet, or maybe a DJ kit. Well, actually, it's the sound of a very fascinating musician. "23-year-old William Mishihi, otherwise known as Nasara, Swahili for Christian, a beatbox artist.
You use your mouth to produce certain sounds, for example, drum kit sounds, the snare, the kick. Sometimes you get instruments like the trumpet, turntables, what the DJ does.
Joy in the morning, joy in the noontime, joy in the evening.
With beatboxing, you basically create any sound with the mouth, lips, and other surrounding features.
Music.
We use the lips to remove certain sounds, deep sounds like kicks. It's the or the. Then there's the throat. It's called a synth drum. It's like techno music. This goes. And there's the clicks, where you use your palate and your tongue to do clicks.
Music that we listen to. Music that we listen to. Music that we listen to.
And aside from the natural features, a microphone is also quite necessary, a dynamic one with no windshield to be exact. And there are actually ways to hold it.
There's a way you hold the microphone like this and beat into the. And my favorite is this one, where you channel all the sound into the microphone.
I don't know if it's just me, but this looks very complicated. How exactly is it done?
You're making sounds that you actually know. Like if you want to make a sound, use the number 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Well, just like singing, one must be able to control their voice. This is the creation of music, distinct sounds, and so some sort of understanding for music is necessary. The interesting part, though, is that beatboxers sort of have their own notes, their own music.
So you can actually write a song with the beatbox notations, and beatboxers would understand the sequence. But it's not the normal notes A, B, C, D, E, F, or Do, Re, Mi, So, La.
Well, hip-hop is the most popular form of music for beatboxers, but Nasara has his own.
Soul music.
I started a genre, or I like to call it that. It's the beat and word. I beatbox and I do some spoken word in it.
This is pretty fascinating, but I can only imagine how it feels to be a whole band in yourself, especially after beating, or is it boxing, several songs. Human beatbox, Nasara.
Noah's debut album was produced when he was only 14 years old, and it was scheduled to be released back in 2004. Now, this did not happen due to a lack of finances and a reliable recording space. It goes to show you that the journey of achieving greatness is not an easy one, and it's not for those who are not patient, perseverant, and more importantly, passionate. Now, even though Golden Boy Odongo pursued an engineering degree, he could not silence that inner voice that told him to pursue his passion. Send us your comments on Midmorning at standupmedia.co.ke, or better yet, check out our Facebook page, KTN Midmorning. Drop a comment and don't forget to like our page as well. That's all we have for you today. Do enjoy the rest of your day.